First call parlay. We've got 3 picks for you tonight, all from Game 3 between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Perk, you first. You got Jamal Murray scoring 25 or more points. Why?
I just got that feeling. I mean, Jay McDaniels called them out defensively. You know how you substitute that? You go out and you get buckets. Jamal Murray, that two-man game with him and Jokic, he's going to have that mid-all game, and he's going to get his.
Okay, Anthony Edwards, questionable, but Perk, you don't see that stopping him from scoring 20 tonight, huh?
No, I thought I had to look at that line again because I thought he was on minute restriction or something. He's going to get that in his sleep. You talk about poking the bear with Jay McDaniel comments, probably poking it with Jokic, but he got a bear on the other side, and Anthony Edwards, he's going to have a hell of a night at the crib.
All right, I expect Nikola Jokic to drop a triple-double because why? He's had 13 in his career when playing the Timberwolves. I believe that's the second most against any franchise. In the playoffs, he's had 22 overall. He's a walking triple-double. This feels like a sure bet to me. So now we focus in on Nuggets Timberwolves. It has certainly developed into this heated rivalry over the past couple of years. Jaden McDaniels threw more fuel on the fire after Game 2. Listen to this.
What were some of the keys offensively as to really getting a rhythm tonight?
Go out for Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
Well, we heard those comments, and so did Denver. They did not take those comments lightly, and they responded to McDaniels with some words of their own after practice yesterday.
They've just been saying a lot all season, all series, so let them talk. Let them get everything they want off their chest. We're cool with it.
I think narrative's really interesting, too. You hear so many things, and we've gotten really lazy in society. What's our defensive rating in this series through 2 games?
Really 109, right?
109.
Really good.
How is that?
That's fair. 6th best in the playoffs.
6th best in the playoffs? Oh. Okay. Next.
Oh, receipts. Receipts with the stats.
But what narrative? It didn't come from us. It came from your opponent. That's how he felt. That came from an authentic place. That came from a guy that you got to see between the lines. It ain't us making up the narrative. He felt that way. He basically told you the game plan. The game plan is that we're going to attack Jokic, Murray, and all the rest of the bad defenders. And let's just keep it real. That is the Achilles heels of the Nuggets. They lack perimeter defense outside of Aaron Gordon, and they have 0 rim protection. That's why Anthony Edwards was laying the damn ball up all night long in Game 2. Jokic is not a shot blocker. Valanciunas is not a shot blocker. Jay McDaniels ain't say nothing wrong. That is the game plan. That is the game plan, and that's how he feels, and that's how the Minnesota Timberwolves feel.
But no doubt he definitely lit a fire a little bit under Denver. And so how do we expect them to respond tonight to the trash talk and the fact that no one's respecting them defensively? Kenny, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I think there are guys who have put on championship teams for that role. Kendrick Perkins was one of those guys to be put on in that role. So Braun, they are all put on the role. Gordon, that is their role. We are supposed to lock up defensively so we can have our best player in the world, Jokic, be Jokic, and does not have to expend energy on every single possession. Mm-hmm. So yes, Valanciunas, all of those guys are brought in to subsidize what Jokic does so much and his responsibilities on the offensive end, as well as Murray. So there's nothing different. There's always guys that do that on championship teams. And there are also guys that possibly or that take a heavier load offensively. Now, also, McDaniels is going to have to back it up offensively. If you're saying they're weak defenders and you come out with 8 points the next game, you're sending the message that they locked you up. Right. So he's also put some pressure on himself as well.
Let me say something. And you can leave Kenny and Perk up again because I want to look at them while I'm saying this. This is the kind of thing that bothers me. You see, I wasn't gifted enough to be a player like these guys were. But here's where Stephen A. has been incredibly gifted.
Trash talk.
Chronicling the sports world. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. When I was in college, keep in mind, Clarence Big House Gaines was my coach. The great late John McClendon, who helped integrate the sport of basketball, was a mentor. These were mentors of mine who taught me the game. How did I start off my career covering sports? I covered John Chaney at Temple. And then I covered Larry Brown at Philadelphia. How many people have had that level of basketball education? I've had coaches look at me and say, we didn't want this guy because of this personality. We wanted this guy because of his work ethic. We didn't want this guy because he backed down from challenges instead of embracing it. We didn't want this guy because he was too hot-tempered. And you know what? He might get his ass thrown out of a game when we don't need him. It's all of these things that come with it. When I heard Coach Adelman's response, you know what I wanted him? I wanted him suspended by the Denver Nuggets organization for a week. That was what I wanted. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I want you to embrace it.
Yes.
I want you to embrace. What? All right, your defensive rating is 109.3. Ranked 7th out of the 16 teams in the playoffs. It was 21 throughout the season. You were not a stout defensive team. All right, fine. But, Shay, they will tell you this. If I don't give a damn who you are, you could be the biggest scrub as a defensive player. If you're on the basketball court and somebody mentions you by name about what you can't do, you fired up. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at Aaron Gordon. Brother, I don't care. I'm looking at McDaniels, and he's talking what he's talking. Cam Johnson, they just been saying a lot. Where is the, okay, we'll see. Where is the Michael Jordan at a press conference where he's shrugging it off and then he stops and looks at the media? What did he say again? Tell me exactly what he said again. Oh, okay. Where's the Kobe? Remember, you asked for this. Where's those guys at? You understand what I'm saying? This is basketball. We ain't talking about you.
So you're looking for Michael Jordan.
Well, I'm not talking about Michael Jordan
with the bat. When he had the bat in the video, and he's
like, you know what I'm saying?
Every man can talk.
Where's the Charles? Where's the Charles Barkley that's suddenly elbowing you in your damn chest because you from Angola and you just some small guy that's happy to be there and he don't give a damn because he want to let you know I don't like you anyway until I kick your ass and then I'll like you after the game. I mean, the point that I'm trying to make to you is that these cats who love the game of basketball, who play it on an elite level or coach it on an elite level, the moment arrives and then you don't want it like that. No, that's what we want. We want to see. When McDaniel said that, I was smiling because I was saying to myself, what you going to do about that, Denver? Did you hear what he said about y'all? What are you going to do? This is what's missing sometimes. Do you think you could say that to Ant-Man and he's going to do nothing?
Right.
Victor Wembanyama just got into this league 3 years ago. You think you could say something like that about him and he ain't gonna do anything?
Well, he's
you
doing
think
some
you? I know that. Do you think you could say something like that about Jaylen Brown? You know, or Shea Gill just gonna sit up there and smile and shrug it off until tip-off arrives, and then he gonna be like, "What you say? What you say? What did you think you were saying?" That is basketball. This is the part that I'm talking about right here. This is the part where you ain't talking about fisticuffs. We ain't talking about fighting. We talking about somebody that's coming out there, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Guess what? It's a switch that comes up, and now it's you again. It's McDaniel. You looking for somebody? If you Jamal Murray and them, you know what you want to do? You want to call a switch so McDaniels is guarding you. You Jokic, he guarding you. You Aaron Gordon, he guarding you. Yeah, now what the hell were you saying? And I'm attacking the basket and going right him. And then we got announcers like Mike Breen and others say, yeah, McDaniels did say that. That's all the theater. It's like these guys want to rob you of the theater that makes the sport what it is. It ain't just watching you score, dunk, or whatever. It's the talk, it's the chirping, it's the attitude that comes with it. And when I see cats shine away from that, they're not embracing the theater and what comes with great basketball competition. That's what I'm saying, Kenny. That's what I'm saying, Perk.
So quick, two things, real quick. One, Jay McDaniels has been doing an outstanding job guarding Murray, right, when he's the primary defender. Number two, Jay McDaniels did something dumb in game one, but he shoved Jokic and got a dumb technical. So he wants this smoke.
He wants it.
I'm just letting you know.
And he wants it.
Well, the last thing about that is from a team standpoint, I was thinking what you said if you were in the locker room. First thing I'd have been like, yo, did this dude have 40? He calling us bad defenders. Did he have 40 on us? Like, where was he scoring? That would have been the first question. And so I would say, let's see his offense. I wouldn't even talk about my D. I would like, let's see his offense. Let's see him get 30 on us tonight. If he's that good at,
well, that's different.
If we're that bad at defenders, let's see him get 30.
It's a slight difference. I don't disagree with you, Kenny. I want that too. But if he's guarding me, I also want to expose what he gonna do defensively. You talk about us defensively, I'm gonna bust your ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Give me the ball. When he's on me, I'm begging for it. Let's go. And I'm not saying McDaniels can't handle it. I'm not disrespecting McDaniels at all, because I know the brother can defend. We know that's why he's there. He ain't there for his offense. He's there because of what he can do defensively. So he has a right to say it. I'm just simply saying, you can exposing him at his strength, because remember, he ain't the kind of cat that's going to drop 25 or 30 on you. He's the kind of cat that's capable of shutting you down. Well, what if he can't shut you down? What if his defense ends up being the problem? Then that's more of an embarrassment to him. That's how you really get him. That's what I'm saying.
So this was already a rivalry, and now it's just amped up a little bit. Let's recap really quick here. We're going to go with Jamal Murray to have 25-plus points, Anthony Edwards to have 20-plus points, and then Jokic to drop a triple-double. The odds of this same-game parlay are currently plus 234 on DraftKings.
Murray's showing up tonight. I promise you that.
It's a sure bet. Go ahead. Go do it. All right, we got more first